All right, I think we are good to get going. So, good evening, everyone. It is October 6th, around 7 p.m. here in Chicago. My name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and for today, I will be casting Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks A team match against the University of Alabama-Huntsville, as they are going to be both teams are participating in the Overwatch Collegiate Championship for preseason, and so this is in anticipation for the Spring 2020 official Overwatch Collegiate Championship, led by Tespa. And so what happens is that Tespa offers this preseason during the fall to allow teams to, spend a semester of the academic year to work on their synergy, build up that teamwork that's necessary, and all of that good stuff so that when the spring comes around, both teams are ready to go. A couple new things that Tespa has implemented for this season, from what I am aware of. This year, they are introducing 12-man rosters, which Illinois Tech this year is actually fielding two full 12-man rosters, so 24 members, 24 players for Illinois Tech's Overwatch teams. And then just like how it was similar to last year, preseason is still important for both for schools, as their placement uh, plays into their standings and seedings going into the official season starting in the spring. I am now inside the spectate room where I think we'll be getting the games going shortly. I've been told that the first map for today will be starting at Lijiang Tower, so starting off with a control point. And the format for preseason is that the loser in a best of three after the first round will be selecting the next map, and then the winner of that previous game will be deciding what they want to be doing, attacking or defending first. We still got a little bit of time before the official 7 p.m. call time, so I don't see the teams really starting any games yet. So until I do, I'll do a brief introduction for our players for this season. Give me one moment. Let's get that set up. Or not. All right. I think.
Oh wait, no, I do have a double delay.
There,
That is why that's happening. Hold on.
Good evening, everyone. It is October 6th.
Got it. All right, we're good. I can't believe it. I was having two streams play at once. Okay, one man crew, band. Let's get it going. All right, here we go. Okay, so for Illinois Tech Overwatch A's roster, for the fall 2019 preseason, we are now in week 2. The Hawks are standing at a 1-1 record. Results from last week were a 1-2 loss against Alfred State University, and then a win 2-0 against the Austin College Roos. I guess the Roos is for kangaroos, but moving on, we're going to do a quick glance at the roster. We've got Kane, Liu, Ryan Lusk, Matthew Gombar, and Isaac Vong fit as the tank lineup. Sarah Griffin, Nick Jang, Milton Parr, and Hans Chung as the support line. And then Ethan Fox, Kevin Corey, Bill Shu, and Benny Vasquez as the DPS, led by their coaches for this year as Pavan Curry Sisla and Asim Zin Haider. I won't spend too much time going over all of the stats and whatnot for everybody, but that's because I don't know if I'll have the time. But taking a quick look for Matt, he's going to be a second-year electrical engineer playing for IIT's men's soccer team as well, all the way from close by, actually, at Elburn, Illinois. We've got Isaac Shockwave Q, a second-year electrical engineering from Collierville, Tennessee, and also acts as the secondary captain for the Overwatch A team. Kane Leo, Brief Cool K, first year biomedical engineering. I don't have any stats for him yet because he's a first year, and also I don't think I'm friends with him on Blizzard, so give me a couple weeks or so to get that info together. This is my first time going at it, so definitely appreciate feedback, but some of this info I'll be getting into it in the near future. Ryan Lusk Alchemisto, a fourth-year chemical engineer from Chicago, Illinois. Fun fact, thinks he's living in an episode of South Park. Ethan Fox, a third-year mechanical engineer, co-directing the Illinois Tech Esports program. This is now his second semester officially leading the program, and he's been able to take the organization to many great lengths in terms of just communication and organization and all of that good business skills stuff that you'll need in any career that you go to. He's also a part of the Greek Life from St. Charles, Illinois, and a In Denial Doomfist One Trick. Kevin Corey, Bladed Banana, one of our DPS, third-year architecture from Batesville, Indiana. Benny Vasquez, a second-year computer science. I made up some of these stats because I just know him from person, but I know he loves Google. He enjoys all of the sweep stuff, and he also plays a ton of Genji. So if the opponents have done their research, keep in mind for that. Bill Shu, non for me, a first-year computer information systems. Don't have too many stats. Milton, home medic, a fourth-year computer science student. Leading now for his third year, I believe, the Overwatch A team, and this will be his last year, so we will sorely miss him after this academic year, and we are going to make sure that we end Milton's last season with a bang. Hopefully a positive bang. Fun fact about him, stay cool. He's had that saying for quite a while. Sarah Griffin, Copel, don't have too many stats about her, just a first-year applied mathematics. Nick Zhang Daybreak, also a first-year computer information systems student. And then Hans Chong, a first-year chemical engineering student. So, a pretty diverse lineup where we have some of the senior members like Ryan and Milton as fourth years, and then a lot of new blood coming in. That's a lot of first years, so hopefully, that the Overwatch A team shows a decent amount of potential to grow these next year or two to hopefully, stay together if the roster does and take the Scarlet Hawks to new heights. Alrighty. I'm going to jump back to the spectate screen. And let's see. Looks like both teams are still kind of going at their thing. But we'll be getting started shortly. Until then, feel free to ask any questions on chat about our program. I'll probably just talk a little bit about it while we wait. This is pretty much the fourth year, I guess, of official activities that the esports group has been working on. Now in this academic year, I think we started actively playing against other schools around 2015, so now 2019, reaching year 4. And since then, from its inaugural year back in 2015, I think we were maybe fielding about 12 to 13 players or so. But now we've got almost over 100 this semester, is from what, if I'm not mistaken, from the stats that I've collected from some of the active players. And then for me, myself, I think most of our traditional viewers that have known me, was part of that inaugural year back in 2015 when I was a student. I myself graduated back in spring of 2018. So it's been almost a little bit over a year since I've been at school, but I do still help out the program a little bit as a general manager, making sure that, the exec board is keeping their quality policy online and helping out with any of these kind of business networking connections that they need. Working along with Twitch Student for doing these kind of casting streams and helping just the program grow in general. But yeah, I mean, since that 2015 year, we had, I think that was, League of Legends was our most popular game at the time, to the point that we were hosting semesterly tournaments on campus, and it was a really great event where not only just students from campus would be fielding teams, and as a pretty diverse school in terms of international student population, you would have like a lot of the international students, like the Chinese and Koreans, make their own teams, and they would have like their own play styles that was very interesting to adapt to. But not only IIT students like those, we also had invited that offer to the community around us. So we had schools all the way from Michigan Tech University coming all the way down to the Windy City for a weekend of League of Legends matches. But now, we've expanded our games to include games like Overwatch, Hearthstone, CS:GO, Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege. I'm probably missing one or two more, but like I said, over at least 7 games represented and over almost 100 players this year playing in some sort of active league against other schools, and I think that is just really cool for an opportunity for something like a small private school here at Illinois Tech in Chicago, where our traditional sports, our reach is maybe within the Midwest or so, but here these in esports, everything's, as long as you have that internet connection, anything is good to go. So you're gonna have matches all the way from the East Coast. You're gonna have matches international in Canada, as we've had in the past. I think the last academic year we faced over like 130 unique schools. I can pull up a picture of it later during break, maybe, but I don't want to switch the scenes too much around, as we'll wait until they're good to go for their game. I'm gonna move my thing a little bit lower so you can't see my voice bubble. And looks like the teams are still going on their way to get the game started. We are seeing swap. But again, the first map for today will be Lijiang Tower, and so this is this is a control point map where it is a best of 3. So no matter what, there will be a winner at the end of this map. That's just how control points work. But in terms of technicalities that will happen between in-game for those that are interested, or those are going to do to Overwatch in general, so you're going to have 6v6. I am not sure if the games will be are forced into the 2-2-2 roster lock. But if they are, someone feel free to let me know in chat. I am not sure if that's enforced in custom games. My Overwatch knowledge is at a gold plat level. When I did get the game in 2016 when it came out, right? But then enjoyed playing plat really hardcore, got close to diamond at around almost 2900, and then couldn't break it past the season, and then just after that digressed back into playing just my 10 ranked, hit plat, finish her season, collect my rewards. But since that they have implemented the 2-2-2 roster lock, and I'm a little embarrassed to say, I'm at a plat level for tank, I think, and then at a high silver gold level for support. I felt like it was so frustrating playing alongside players in that roster lock. It's like, oh, you want to do damage? Oh, I feel like I could do better damage, but you're gonna have a gold DPS Moira or something like that, and that's definitely felt a little frustrating at times. But we'll see how it's going. The lack of icon synergy within both sides of the roster is disappointing. I think when I was in one of these teams or one of these customs, I always made an effort to always have the Pachimarus. Looks like a couple of technical issues happening on the IIT side, as we are taken now to almost a little bit 10 minutes above after 7. So hopefully that they get the games going. But the with these rosters here at Illinois Tech, we do have a esports arena on our campus in the Chicago South Loop. So there are 14 rigs there. Who's able to play all of the A-list games right nowadays, but the interesting thing is that more often than not, because we only have 14 rigs but over 100 players, while not all the players play at the same time, there is like a space deficiency, like where a lot of these teams and teammates are trying to fight to make sure that they get the space. But without further ado, we're going to actually get ourselves started onto the game. So let me make sure my streaming cast is okay. This is controls, so you don't really need to show the DPS icons or not, but whatever, I'll do it anyway. I'll have both of them attacking like that. There you go. And again, I've kind of tried my best to balance the sound and everything as just like this one-man stream. But if you do, viewers, if you do, note something, maybe if I have another caster come along, or just something on my end, feel free to let me know. I take all forms of feedback about my casting, about the tones of my voice, if I'm being too biased on one side or not. But yeah, I also got my players on the right side of the map. So on the blue side, we've got Illinois Tech, and on the right, University of Alabama. Went to go to their Facebook to try to find a logo. That was the best one I found. So if you have any University of Alabama players, let me know if I'm using the right stuff. But games are going to get started, and so IIT is going to be going for the double barrier comp here, and looks like Alabama will be doing the same as well. Both teams coming out of the point. IIT actually going to be the first ones coming in. Doomfist going to be going in first, gets the pick on Celeste. IIT already sending themselves into the point as they make their way in, but looks like Alabama already with a pretty strong push and taking some of those crucial picks is going to be able to push IIT right out of the point. Objectives getting to start its cap, and Alabama is going to look like they're able to secure it here first. So the first pick on the Doomfist, IIT was able to get themselves on here. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, we are looking at a mirror comp. So both teams electing to have the exact same comp. Gumby's here playing as the Sigma, trying to see if he can be able to break through. The Doomfist able to get himself right into enemy territory, but his punch is not going to be able to get through that. Home Medic going to start off with his ult to try to be able to get IIT some space inside. Lucio now trying to see what he can do for the heals, but the Doomfist ult is not going to find any members as of yet, but he will be able to take off Sigma, and Alchemisto is left a little bit haphazard and scattered, in my opinion. Celeste unable to find any members with his ult, unfortunately, and also dies within that process. And now Alabama isolating the members, leaving none for me the last to be able to, gonna have to take a while for him to respawn. The combo of the Orisa pull is not going to be able to work out. Celeste taken out again with their comp, but Reaper going to be going in with the ult from Alabama, finds a ton of members with 3 kills and able to finish none for me as well for 4. 85% at the tick now, going to make IIT have to reconsider. Have one more chance for a push. Doomfist already using his ult, maybe as just as a ways of some bragging points, but IIT not going to have much options here if they want to have a chance to cap. Unfortunately, objective already secured. So that will be starting off 0-1 there for the Hawks. And with my limited knowledge, it didn't seem like IIT had a really good chance of breaking through not only just the barriers, but the coordination, I think, between some of the DPS was unable to net them any kills that they needed, especially with that ult economy. But we'll have to see. Now that we're going to take ourselves into game 2, is IIT going to be choosing to try to mirror or go against Alabama was a similar comp, and we were actually going to be seeing the McCree coming out for None For Me and Alchemisto onto the Vegeta. Both numbers coming out now. The Traction Orb, not able to find the numbers, but not reaction past that. Alabama already having a pretty strong hold, but they do find a pick onto the enemy's Doomfist. Celeste going to be looking to see if he can get anything. He is able to find the connection into Mora, and that's going to be definitely important for the Hawks there. Another punch will be able to get it right onto the Orisa's face, leaving IIT looking like they have a solid chance of grasping onto this point. They will cap it at first. Alright, good picks there from the Hawks as they're able to have their Doomfist apply some of that necessary harass onto their backline. IIT now positioning themselves here at the front past the entrance, but Alabama's members looking to break through this now as they have the Mora ult starting from IIT, trying to see what members you can have. That's going to be a lot of healing coming in through as they're looking through this narrow point. Another pick on the Doomfist, Alchemisto able to finish him off. The Reaper not there. Is Alchemisto looking for the rally? It's going to be helping them. Doomfist coming in, able to find off the Sigma. That's going to be another crucial member taken out from Alabama. And looking like they're pushing the Lucio all the way. Alchemisto wants this. He's bloodthirsty. He's in there. Might be leaving them a little bit too isolated, but looks like they'll be able to get out just okay. There we go. A much better performance that we're seeing from the Hawks here. None For Me. Looks like he'll have his ult charge coming up shortly, though. Double barrier, Lucio going to be getting the members in. A nice little orb there to get them out, but that shockwave is left alone. Both tanks out. None For Me here with his ult. Not going to be able to break through that barrier, and looks like IIT might have to foresee this point. Reaper going in right into the team, but he is taken out. A nice counter there from the McCree. He's going to unfortunately fall down. Doomfist going to be able to fall down. Last member's alive, I think, just as supports. Mora going to try to hold on for how long she can. Unfortunately taken out. That's going to be Alabama taking it at 84% here with IIT. So probably going to see a similar setup from the Hawks here themselves as they have to try to break themselves past this double barrier here in the front entrance. It's going to be important to make sure that the IIT members aren't isolated. A nice orb there. Can it combo with the Sigma? No. A stun there from the Doomfist, but might be taking out Shockwave here. A lot of damage here to do. Reaper ult taking out a lot of members here for IIT, forcing them to go all the way back. That's a lot of members dead. Going to try to get back. Can he do it? Ooh, 144 HP. Not even close, but he... Alright, 35% hitting it now on IIT. Shockwave Q with his ult available. Is he going to be looking to use it? Healers now. Brigitte with hers ult coming up at the rally could be important. She might look to start it off. Can they break through that barrier first? That's going to be the first step. Shockwave and Sigma both using their ults. Can they combo it together now, though? That's a lot of damage coming through. Can they find it with the Doomfist? No, that's going to stun. But can she finish him off? A nice mallet to the face. Celeste just doing what he can. The ult being channeled from Reaper. Can he get it? Reaper going to be in his face. Has to flashbang. Nice finish there from Celeste there. Just a couple members, I think, to clear it out, and IIT will be able to take this point handedly. Alright. So not too bad, taking it down a little bit faster. IIT Alchemisto there, still able to hold on to his ult. Good use of that, and then Home Medic with hers coming up as well. That's going to be a crucial point if she can use it to hold through. But looks like Reaper sneaking into the back line. Oh, is able to find the McCree. He's going to be taken out. That's not going to be having a Reaper. No DPS there for the overtime. IIT now trying to see if they can hold it through. Looking like they might be able to. Just a couple of members. They've got an annoying Lucio there, though. And that's why you have a right-click forward there. Shutdown nearly there, but the last-minute save from Warren not going to be able to do it. IIT caps it at 1-1. Well played. I think that worked out a lot better with a little bit of that roster switch. Seems like None For Me out of that Reaper seemed to be able to have him have a lot more access towards just placing those well-timed, well-placed shots across the field as opposed to Reaper's style of just in your face. for me, that's kind of one of the big struggles that I do within McCree and Reaper. Is just like, well, no need to worry about just like being in front of their face. Oh, flip it, flip that. But we're taking now to game 3, and this is a do or die situation for both players. We have now the ball coming out from Gumby's. Is he going to be able to get him a couple members? Ooh, wait a second. That's going to be 2 there. Going to already build up the Gumby's charge, and kind of weird. I'm not sure if Alabama didn't notice that was coming. They already had a member out in their front line, and that's going to probably let the Hawks take the point at the start from it. So Lucio gathering his way through there, giving a little bit of a escort there to the Sigma. Alabama making their way around through here, but not going to be fast enough to be able to get for the first point. Double barrier combo is starting. Orisa's shield is broken, but her cooldown's going to come up pretty soon. There it goes. Another one from IIT. Not going to be able to break it through yet, though. Taking a look at number 3, that double barrier is proving a little bit tough for him, but this is Doomfist. This is the Doomfist zone right here. In an enclosed space like this, going to be able to find hopefully a couple of picks here. Still having a low cooldown here. Can he find someone to punch out? Misses it on the mortar, unfortunately, but able to socket it to the face along with a little bit of health from McCree there. Looking like they might look for a chaser of any sort. And Celeste there, pulling out a lot there for this team right there. I can't really actually look at stats live, unfortunately, because, yeah, home production. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna say Celeste with top eliminations right now. Neither side having any ults at the ready, but Celeste is having his ready now, finally. Will he be looking to counter perhaps a hard push here from Alabama? Looking at as both sides are able to come out through. Sigma barrier for Alabama finally breaking. IIT's finally breaking as well, just a little bit off the timing. Orisa's going to be putting down her ult first. Doomfist looking for his. Can he place it? Going to be able to find more. Going to be following it up. No, not going to be able to connect with the McCree. A nice little back roll there will be able to take him out. But McCree's ult unable to still break through that barrier. It's just really tough for McCree in that kind of situation when you're being in that one direction mindset. But Alabama looking like we're in a similar position where IIT is at around the 80% cap. I think IIT retook it last time when Alabama was around 70, so not two ults coming from the supports now to maybe get themselves into here, but 4 ults available from Alabama's side. I hear at least 3 coming across the board. IIT though still holding onto their supports. Oh, a nice 3 Deadeye there from the McCree, going to be able to take out the entire IIT team. But that was 3 ults wasted. I call that a for 1, I believe, for 1 ult. That was the trade. Or maybe there were 2 McCrees at the same time. I don't think so. I know, I'm pretty sure Gumby's ulted, but that was there. Could be wrong. So earlier we did see the Wrecking Ball being used for a couple of earlier picks, but looks like IIT's not interested in that anymore. Just going back to the double barrier. A nice Reaper ult will be leaving IIT members isolated, but he's going to be raking right out there. Celeste still trying to see if he can find another charge up there. It's going to be pushing Sigma right out, but it is the damage there to follow up. A nice knock up there, not going to be able to do it. She's going to be able to rake herself out as well. Knock up there, and Dorisa going to be taking out. Not to be able to take her out yet, excuse me. Another charge from it, going to be able to land it full onto the Reaper. He's going to look for, oh, can he land it? Going to be landing on the Sigma, follows it up, but the flashbang from the McCree going to leave him okay for the time being. Just a Lucio left. It's going to let IIT cap this back again. However, 93% for Alabama. They don't have too much wiggle room if IIT messes up. Same for them. Not too many ults available from the Hawks here, but we've got 2 from the Mora. Mora can let them get inside there if they're able to position it. Can they look for the picks first before? Doomfist trying to charge, but he's going to go in first. Can he get... He's going to be by himself, and that's going to let him get picked out pretty fast. The connect onto Reaper, not going to be able to finish him. I don't think IIT is going to be able to hold on to here. Celeste trying to do what he can. The healing from Mora too strong. As we're taking into overtime, I think that's going to be it. Deadeye from McCree. The cap there, 3%. No, Medic unable to connect though, but he was the last chance, I believe. That's going to be game. Well played from Alabama there at the last second. Good use of their ults to be able to take it back. And IIT, even with the ults though, the timing though, unable to have them recap the point. I'm pretty sure this was the 3-kill at third point. Yeah. How did they do it? So one, just no barriers there to help for the team. And when you're thinking about a double barrier account, that's when the tanks have to communicate with each other about trying to monitor their cooldowns, I think. But yeah, it seems like we're looking at a pretty even match. I don't really know how if games are close or not in Overwatch. I just see kills and okay, that's good. But all right, let's take ourselves back to the map here. We're going to be seeing a couple things change around here. All right, Alabama starting off with a 1 here. Hawks seeing it here with a score of 1 there. Alabama having a score of 2 there. All right, Beijing 1-2 in favor of the Hawks, letting Alabama take the first point, and so now tables have turned back onto IIT as they will be the ones that are selecting the next map. If I had to guess, I'm going to assume that they're going to be taking some time for a little bit of team room discussion. So I'm getting a confirmation that they are 2-2-2 locked, which means that, yeah, they can't have any cool things happening in a custom match, unfortunately. But looking like Shockwave here is going to be asking for the King's Row as the second map, so I will update that accordingly. And so King's Row here is a hybrid map where you have the first point as assault, and then it transitions itself into a payload. So I'm not going to really bother myself with the lore of all of that King's Row stuff, but let me pull up that King's Row. There we go. King's Row is map 2. And Alabama responds with a attack on their first side. So IIT will be defending first. Kind of depends on the pacing that you want. When you're looking at defending first, if you're able to hold a good defense, then you know that you only need to do this much as offense, right? But if you're offending first, you have a kind of a little bit of a mindset where you need to be doing the getting the payload all the way across the map through all points, right? But again, a lot of similarities that we've been seeing. We just see that double barrier from Arisa Sigma just dominating the games nowadays, and I haven't been seeing that in my ranked matches, but I think that's just because I'm a lowly gold plat. So I think in competitive, just that double barrier, all of that shielding, all of that healing, this is going to be if you have a good communication with your co-tank, and yeah, I mean, you're just not going to be able to break that damage unless you find those gaps like how Alabama did with the 3-kill McCree. So in these kind of matps, are we going to see a roster change because of the map change? Are we going to see a roster switch because of the matchup maybe? And it looks like we might. Getting ourselves situated, we're going to be seeing Gumbies now onto the Roadhog, and a couple of roster switches as well. Celeste now being taken out of the Doomfist role and being put onto Fox. And we mentioned, as I was doing the player biographies, Doomfist is one of Fox's future champions, along with a Nasty Pharah, if I am not mistaken. Another roster switch, I think, is now Bladed Banana on his McCree. Alchemisto still on support, same with Home Medic, but the Baptiste going to be coming out is going to leave a much different roster here for the Hawks as opposed to Alabama, going with what they like, going with what they know. As we kind of get ourselves past the first point, McCree going to instantly get it. A nice hook, I don't think actually connects. Fox trying to see what he can do. Just sending a little bit of harass there, a little bit of a pick there is already going to delay them. Looks like Alabama's going to wait for that Reaper to get back as he trots along his way with... Is that a Oh my god, that is a gold gun. That's when you know. Or not going to be able to... That's not a lot of barriers here for the Hawks. Can they be able to break through? Fox going to be able to get the pick through. Orissa's barrier finally timed at the same time along. A nice orb there to be able to get it through. But the Baptiste is going to finally break through. Fox is going to be falling down, but that's not a lot of barriers for IIT. Sigma, because there's only one, I forgot. My fault. Home Medic going to be using her ult to see what she can do, but a lot of members not being able to really keep up with it. Brief Cool King tried to do what he can. Oh, she's still alive. She's finally going to fall. Fox trying to see what he can do to delay as many members as possible, but a nice pick on the Reaper there. A little bit of harass there for the Moira. Will IIT look to contest? If they have a Baptiste Immortality field, they could do it maybe. Doesn't look like the call is there for it anymore. So, 5 minutes now on the timer for the Hawks to defend this payload all the way across the map. Gumby's still trying to see what he can do. The high noon coming out from the McCree. Is he going to be able to break through it? They're looking for it, but they're not able to break through that barrier. IIT communication needs to sharpen up, especially for that. When you have something that's crucial. If you're not going to have it, at least have the angle, right? But IIT now trying, as we're approaching the first gate, still looks like they want to have a strong hold on top of them. Roadhog is not going to be able to connect. Hook cooldown coming up in the next second. Looks like we might be looking for another pull. A nice pull there on the Reaper. She's going to right out, but the Sigma ult not going to be able to actually catch enough members. Healing there coming from the Roadhog. Going to try to see what he can do. Look, this might be a time for the ult. There we go. And as he's going through it, but the Reaper is going to be shrekking the backline. IIT, unfortunately, not in conjunction with their members, as that's a lot of ults being wasted for IIT, only to be cleaned up by a shot well played from Alabama's Reaper there. Well, that's why you know he has guns. IIT looking like they've got one last shot here to be able to push it across this payload. Payload finally crossing around its last border. 2 barriers already set up there for Alabama. Sigma now being set up for Gumby's there. The ult they're going to be used by Alk to try to see if he has damage. Trying to see just in this Doomfist versus Doomfist. Reaper just a little bit out, but this stun is still going to be able to connect. Finally taken down by Bladed Bananas Hanzo. But can he find the picks that are necessary? No, I don't think so. That's going to be another pick, and that's another point. Still at about 5 minutes left to cap. IIT going to have to really rethink about what they want to do for this last point. It's got to be down to their tank communication, I think, in order to be able to secure them this. Fox trying to do what he can, looking for the pick, but the Doomfist is right there to match up with him. Charging it for it. Not going to be able to connect. Going to have a lot of cooldowns wasted. 4 seconds before he's useful again. Orisa trying to see what she can do. A lot of those barriers there working in favor for Alabama to push them out past this point. A nice pick there onto the Doomfist. He's going to be looking for a pick, but both Doomfists are going for both teams. Blade Banana finding a nice pick there onto the Hanzo. He has his ult available. Is he going to be looking for it? He charges it. It's going to clear right through, but forcing them to back off into that isolated corner. IIT looks like they want to push their advantage though. They keep going. Oh, Sigma almost falls off. The Rock, or whatever that ability is called. What is it? I don't know. Going to connect then. A nice spacing ult there from Bladed Banana to be able to get them out. A good little snipe there onto the Lucio. Specifically impressed with that for sure. IIT's DPS has been something I've noted from some of their scrim practice has to be their... I can't say their weakest, but it's something that they need to focus on the most. The Sigma ult going to be landing 4 members of Alabama up. The Doomfist trying to see what he can do. He has his ult up. He's going to be looking for it. It's going to connect onto the Sigma. Not going to be able to get the kill. He's going to be needing a little bit more time to have his abilities back, but IIT not going to be able to break through the third jet. Going to be able to take down that Doomfist. Training for the healers. Another cleanup from Fox there. He's going to look at another 3 kills there for Fox. Reaper there from Alabama. The one member that we got to be watching out for. Taken up down by Bladed Banana. 2.5 minutes. If they can do this for the exact same amount of time, IIT might be able to hold on to here. Hanzo going to looking like he has his ult near again. IIT pushing their advantage really far up here. Hopefully that their members don't get displaced. Reaper with his ult available right now, just trying to bust through the shields. He might be looking for a flank position. We'll have to keep an eye out for it. He is. He's going to be looking up. Does IIT make the call? Not really. I don't think they had. I don't think they had the mission to tank. So being the last member standing. Down. Looks like, however, IIT able to hold it. Okay. I want to replay that. I thought that Reaper had it full clear, but it looks like the IIT lineup was able to play around that, or just maybe Reaper wasn't able to land ult effectively, and just maybe for one, trading it for only one healer, I think. Alright. Color me impressed. The orb not going to be able to land, however, the Maywall coming in, looking like they want to be changed to comp up a little bit. Gumby's going to be taken out at 98% with his ult. Alchemisto looking like he might want to hold on to that for the last second. Charging a lot of abilities there. May is going to be freezing so many of IIT's members, getting them to get that push that they need. The push from Doomfist. Why? Okay. He tries for the push, not going to be able to find it. All of Alabama's members spread out right here. IIT going to be staggered, unfortunately, through this. Can they be able to break through? That's not going to not be able to do it. Saber ult going to lift only a couple of members out from IIT. Not going to be finding any picks yet. Hanzo trying to see what picks that he can get from him. No one attending to him. Going to be a Hanzo snipe zone for the win. We're trying to back out. She again made a last member. No block there for her. Okay, there we go, finally. Fox still just able to get in and out, in and out. A couple of IIT's members still looking for it. 55 seconds left. 3 ults available. 4 ults now available for the Hawks. Only 1 or 2 going to be at the at Alabama's disposal. Maybe Reaper and May, if they're able to not get picked out. The Maywall going to be cashing it out. The Hanzo ult going to be trying to rip through that members. No picks yet from either side. A lot of ults being used. All ults used from IIT's side. But now Alabama ready to counter against that. I don't know if IIT is going to be able to hold up against that. 23 seconds left on the clock. The May Reaper ult going to be finding all of the members here, unfortunately. He's finally able to time it. That timing. IIT forcing all of their ults together for that last second. Might not be able to do it. That's going to be the game. Or the round. Thank you. Yeah, I think just IIT trying to burst all of their ults at that one time and not finding any picks with it was probably the most frustrating part. I think if you're gonna force like a Lucio ult and a Warrior ult, like don't play backline. But IIT is still choosing to play in front of the cart as opposed to going past the cart. The Maywall blocking off a couple of the crucial vision, I guess, maybe IIT needed on that left side of the cart. But with only 14 seconds, I mean, we can think positively. If IIT is able to break it through, I think, you know, if they're able to take it all to that time, I'm hopeful that maybe with a little bit more ult economy awareness, I think they can be okay. Let's see here. So I think Fox just using the Widow just for a little bit of pre-game vision control, just to see what members of Alabama they want to keep along with. But Alabama just choosing their own style, you know. I think only the May switch on their comp was really the only thing that they needed to get them past that point.
Only through conflict will we evolve.
5, 4,
Alrighty.
3, 2, 1.
So, do or die. IIT must be able to take this point all the way across the map in order to continue on into Game 3. So, barrier finally going to be breaking down for a reason, but that's going to be coming up shortly. IIT trying to do what they can to be able to break through those shields. Not going to be able to have that, really. I mean, we're not going to have consistent DPS from the Doomfist. It's all about burst for him. He's going to be able to try to get them himself there, but he is going to be punched by the respective Doomfist. A lot of members of IIT, doesn't look like they're communicated. Alabama ready to push back, forcing them past this first gate. Or not going to be able to find it, not in conjunction with Gumby's there for anything. And we're about a good minute into the game, unfortunately, and not too much to success yet seen from IIT. Fox trying to do what he can. His cooldown's coming after the next 3 or 2 seconds. A nice orb there from IIT, but a little bit too late on the response. He's going to be found out by the respective team. Gumby's trying to see what he can do, but the Reaper is just shredding right through IIT as they are stocked still. Bleeded Banana coming in for a flank. Is he going to be able to get any crucial picks? He's going to miss his first shot. He's going to get up to the second shot, but Moira, they're going to be from the backline. Can he 1v1? He's not. Good attempt, but unfortunately, you know, he's the only one that's going to be able to respond to that, and unfortunately, just a little bit of that aiming not going to be able to connect for the numbers. 2.5 minutes left available for the Hawks here. They're going to try to get themselves in. Doofus is going to connect first, but that's dangerous ground. I feel like the better approach maybe could be going for a playing position. The Sigma ult going to be landing in, not too much of a conjunction, but that's going to find a couple of kills. Doofus going to miss his ult from Alabama. IIT's trying to see what they can do against it. They're still doing a lot for the Hawks. One hit Sigma, palm-fisted by the palm-fisted by Hanzo. Oh, or not. Nice snipe there from Hanzo. Nice snipe from there from Kevin. There he goes. Now it's just a little bit of a 1-by-1 delay. IIT Hawks can't really catch it. Actually, Sigma's finally going to be able to get it. And so we got 4 minutes. I think last time the Alabama had 5 minutes for theirs, so a minute behind. It's okay. IIT can work themselves with that. I think Alabama's biggest struggle was after that second point, but however, you know, is Alabama going to be looking for a strong hold pass here? IIT already pushing themselves pretty close already to the second point, looking like they're just going to have the Moira slowly make her way through, sending out some orbs around when she can, leaving Lucio to do the grunt work of moving his teammates around, but a little bit of that isolation, unfortunately, lets Alabama respond all the way from the back. Sigma trying to find what he can. Finally, IIT's... Actually, hold on. Clip this! Oh, or not yet. Sigma going to be trying to hold it. Nice finish there from him. Oh, he's looking for it. Oh, but taken down by the reset. Definitely needs some ult coordination. I feel like that spacing is either needed to be communicated with the team. Probably straight into the wall by the way of this. Is IIT going to look to spend ults? I am of the opinion no, that you should not. Just to get around this point. We're going to be able to find it on Reaper. Definitely a little bit of that backline harass there is prevented, letting IIT smoothly push themselves around this wall, this alley here. Ooh, Doofus is going to be taking a lot of damage there. But he's going to be okay. IIT, Homedic going to be using his ult as a spacing just to be able to break through the shields and healing. IIT finally making themselves around the corner, but a couple of picks from their enemy Doofus is not going to leave IIT really in the best position. Doofus is going to be using his ult, going to be finding a couple members. He'll be getting out this time. All of those projectiles there absorbed by the Sigma. IIT going to have to force themselves back around. Struggling to get themselves around this corner. Nice finish there from Doofus. He's going to want to look for the pick. Does IIT want to match this? Going in all the way though, but not really with his team. He's going to be a 1v6 situation. One more auto, he's going to force himself to race out. After these two, not going to be using his ult. They're IIT electing to force themselves to use all the points. Reaper with his ult. Can they respond to it? Okay. Lady Banana going to be using his. He's going to be finished up by the Doomfist. IIT with just a little bit of left. Just to tank some life, I believe. Can they finish themselves on the point? It's Doomfist. It's Doomfist. The answer is going to be no. The Wrecking Ball going to save. Oh my god. What? Okay. Gumby's forces his ult. I think he was just trying to cap it for the last meter, but that's going to leave IIT in a really bad spot in this last minute. In order to try to do what they can to cap, and we're going to have to look for a miracle from just one ult availability from the Homedic, but as we saw, rounding around that first quarter is not the only thing that needs to be done. However, the no hamster ball going to be used, Orisa ult going to be used, IIT going to be forcing themselves to use all the ults just to be able to get a pass to this point, just to get that time that they need. But a couple picks going to show up first, finally able to break through those barriers. IIT needs to be able to record their damage here right now. Enemy Moira not going to be able to land anything. Waste her ult. So overall, just the Wrecking Ball left now. Finally going to be taken out. IIT. Alright. 2-minute mark here. Going to have to take a little bit of time for those ults to be coming in through. Now the question is, who's the better Doomfist? Sigma going to be using his ult. Who's it going to be with? Lucio going to be forcing his ult. That's going to be crucial. So good switch. Good trade there. Ult for ult. Looks like Gumby's always had a reliable ult build up. So I will trust that. I will trust that. However, the double barrier finally coming back with the switch out of the ball, going to be forcing the members of IIT to back out here at the spawn point. Nice pick there from Bladed Banana there. Yeah, see, this is the kind of flanking positions I want to see, like, especially from our DPS. Like, I understand Doomfist, that's not how he works, so that's okay. But like, some of our other, hold on. Enemy Sigma not going to be landing any kills. The Doomfist not going to be able to landing any kills. That's going to be fairly important there. The double barrier not going to be coming in through. Homedic going to be using her ult to try to see what she can get. That's going to be taking a couple members low. That's going to be the first one with the Doomfist. That's going to be crucial. She's finally going to be able to take down one of the DPS. Coming in, but the Reaper is still doing so much damage there. Going to be forcing the home. Nice flashbang there from it. Blade Banana wants it, but the double barrier is going to stop it from doing anything. And unfortunately, not going to be able to break through that. I got to time it better. Nice flash there. Going to be able to take out enemy Sigma. Fox there to help clean it all up. Nice pick there. That's going to be continuing to delay the members. Lucio just going to be the last person left for Alabama. Reaper coming in now for them, but he's going to be quickly taken out with a Sigma ult to the face. Fox going to be looking for it. He's finding to pick on the Sigma. Nice pick there from the Fox. Well played. I was doubtful of the Sigma ult at that second point, but looks like with Moira, you're just broken. Especially with the Orisa buff. So, at that second point. So we got a little bit of a pickle here, I think, because why does... Okay, I didn't see what the timer was. I'm going to just trust that it really was a minute left, but okay, this is going to be one of those games where it's all about not dying. That's first. Fast ult build up. And maybe, and yeah, play to your strengths, because the double barrier comp, I think, like, it requires time to be useful, right, with your ults. So if they're just able to, like, get in and out fast within that first minute, they might be able to kind of leave them in a hard position. And looks like, yeah, Alabama wants to adjust for that via, hold on, actually. Oh, never mind, we're good. Alabama's going to adjust that with the Symmetra. That's going to be a lot of team displacement for them to be able to get in and around the map. They might be looking for some of those, like, teleporter, just like, turret runs. IIT, Fox on the Pharah, it's Dunzo for the team. Barrier not going to be able to connect, and IIT has no, Alabama has no hit scan for that. So Pharmacy comp going to be trying to be used for the Hawks. The Rockets aren't going to be connecting, but another displacing E is going to be trying to see what they can do. Only person that's going to be able to connect is going to be, like, the Baptiste. So IIT going to try to see what they can do. Breaking it out. Baptiste field already forced out, already broken. Going to be leaving them in a sensitive area. Sigma going to be displaced by himself. He's going to be making short work of. Barrier going to be finally only be available through Orisa. She's going to go inside back to the hotel. Pharmacy going to be so strong here for IIT here, is able to finally take a smooth retake here with 15 seconds. Going to force Alabama to get out of that Moira, hopefully. Or we're going to see a ball from the... hold on. There we go. There we go. So, overtime now, meaning that IIT can't afford to get off the point. That also means that they cannot afford to die. Please, Scumbies? Okay. So we're probably going to be seeing a little bit different of like a team comp formation. Whereas like as we saw like just like Alchemisto or the Moira just staying on the point, they're going to all be on top of the point. And Blade Banana is really heavy. The Baptiste field is going to be really strong. Going to be hopefully getting through all of their shields. McCree going to try what he can to do, but it's not going to be enough. 2 ults going to be used from IIT. Is going to be able to break through. She's going to be picked out with a rock in the face. Home medic trying to do what he can to be able to heal through it. He's going to be resurrecting McCree. He's just staying on the point to do what he can, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think in the Hawk back. He's going to ensure no one dies. They can't get to the point. Only 31 meters in there, and yeah, that's a tough point. That's a tough point for sure. I think IIT had to make a choice. Either we had to position ourselves past this point, or just try to death ball or comp ourselves around the payload. You know, tough call to make for sure. But yeah, unfortunately, I think I really haven't seen the McCree ult. The McCree while Blade Bananas hit scan, I definitely respect it. The ult charge up, I think, needs to be worked. Maybe not just for... It's not only a him thing. I think it's a team thing. To be able to say, charge it up here. You know, tank does not have it. But I'm not a coach. Just the observer. We're going to see what IIT is going to do. Looking like they might send out a Recon Sombra. And double barrier is beautiful for Bastion comps. However, a lot of it relies on his positioning of where he is. Are we going to be setting up the Bastion up here? Or are we going to be setting him up in front of the gate? Excuse me. Haven't really seen too much hit scan from Alabama, so maybe that's got to be the factor that they got to look into. But maybe the coaches have done their research. They know that, you know, they just don't want to bother with the hit scan. So we're going to be seeing Bastion on top of barrier here. Going to be trying to use his first couple abilities, you know, coupled with the more mercy buff. It's going to help out a little bit for sure. That's definitely going to help out. But both members... Ooh, sit, kid. Okay, hold on. Shield's going to be coming finally through, but IIT needs to be able to break through this. IIT must break through this. They cannot let them cash any points, in my opinion. Going to be going through what he can. Going to be taking down the members slowly. Only the tank damage, not going to be enough for them to be able to break through. Fox just focus on the... Okay. Pharmacy going to be able to do what it can, but she's going to be finally getting the workaround for her. IIT now losing a critical on the DPS, but the tanks are low. Gumby's going face first into that, right? Oh, hi, Mercy. Goodbye. Nope. Nope. Please get her. Yes. Yes. Okay. Only a couple of tanks here to loyally stay behind. Baptiste trying to do what he can. He's got his ult coming out for sure. Overtime coming in. Can the Hawks do it? Just fair left. Oh! IIT wins. GG's coming out through the chat, I hope. There we go. GR. Good round, good round. Yeah, wait for IIT to not get intimidated by just forcing themselves to the meta. Thinking that they can know what they're good at. Fox on his Pharah, making sure that the tanks do what they need to do. Yeah, this was painful to watch. This was right at the Roadhog ult too. It was like a perfect counter. All of the medals coming in through IIT. 30% of damage done through Gumby's. Blade Banana with the 51 elims. Lots of KP there. And let's take it back to the map selection. So we have a 2-1 victory. Actually, how do I call it? It's... Shoot. I forget. It's 3 points, right? For King's Row. And IIT captured 4, I think. And then, yeah, I'll just call it 4-3. 4-3. And taking it back with us with IIT. Oops, not that one. Where's the scores? There we go. 1-1. All right. Well played from both sides. Their Reaper's pretty handy. I'll give him that. But Blade Banana with a couple of flashbangs. I think a couple of those nice aim through the with the McCree. Definitely helping things out. And so with Alabama's loss there, they will be selecting the final map of this matchup. And we're seeing a Gibraltar come up, but await JK. So doesn't look like they're ready yet. Are we going to be looking at a roster switch? I believe so. I think one of the things that the coaches do, unique to this 12-man lineup, is like they preemptively select the roster before like the match starts. I think that's a really good thing in an effort to, you know, make sure that all the players have a even amount of playing time, especially with a roster as big as this. I am now seeing the call come in from Alabama that they have chosen Dorado as their final map, and so this one you have a full-on payload escort map. And IIT now will be on the bench to decide whether they attack or defend first. Also, I realized I didn't change my icons when they were attacking or defending. So, oops. Please don't hate me. I think with that in mind, IIT will probably go for defense first again. Wait, we want attack. Okay. Okay, IIT. No, but if you do it, it's going to mess up my stream view. Fuck. Damn it. Alright, I gotta change some things on my scene then if I'm going to do it like that. Might look a little scuffed. I apologize in advance. So this will go here. That will go there. That will go there. And team 1 will defend, and there we go. Alright, if they're gonna do it like that, then I don't have much of a choice, I think. One more roster change will happen. Looking like Home Medic going to be switched out with one of IIT's supports shortly. Excuse me. And we're going to see Alchemisto and Copel being put into Game 3. Looks like the final checks are coming through from both sides. Taken down to the wire for a Game 3. I think, yeah, but this is definitely, I feel like a even-sided match between both teams. That's just from me, from an outsider's perspective. I think it's definitely going to be all down to the coordination. You know, this is no longer just outclass you. I can just like pound you to the ground because of my rank. This is all about the little things, the shield placement, the cooldowns tracking, the ult management. We saw Alabama definitely had the edge on some of those last minute caps with their ult management. IIT having to force their hand maybe too early, but let's make sure that we are good to go. Dorado here as the map. Oh my god, I still am messing it up. It's okay, so we are now map 3 of 3. Thank you. 1 and 1. And I'll switch the logos. There you go. Alabama, any viewers there? Feel free to give me feedback on this stream. It's scuffed. I already know it, so don't worry about that saying that. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this matchup. I really am looking forward to seeing like what IIT is going to try to do. You know, we've seen Alabama have a comfortable grasp of the meta with the Reaper, with the double barrier, but already at the start, we're already seeing a lot of changes happen across. We're seeing the Ashe come in, we're seeing the Hanzo come in, 2 marksmen. Looking like Alabama wants to put their hit scan members to the test.
5,
And so,
3,
Alabama will be on the first point for defense. IIT electing for the Bastion comp to be able to get them through the finish line.
payload.
And there we go. Bladed Banana is going to be the one on that, but the Pharah going to try to see what she can do. Finally going to be breaking those barriers right through. IIT already making short work of that. The second barrier going to be coming up. Another Bastion turret going to be finding it through. Odds are going to be important to try to see if they can get the pick. IIT going to try to look like they want to chase after it. Damn it, it's going to throw up my numbers all around. Alright, I'll try my best though. Reef Pool K now being placed onto instead of Shockwave as well. Orisa going to be trying to get her barriers across the field. Bastion trying to do what he can. Making short work of this as they're able to get themselves under the bridge already. It's already a crucial placement. Crucial positioning there from IIT. Looking like Alabama did not have the response needed to be able to get through that Bastion comp. And I'm in favor of that. Another delay from Gumbies to be able to follow up with to finish on tomorrow is going to continue. You can hit that? Oh, it's over. Never mind. It was hitting on a recent shield. I thought it was straight up ricocheting. I think he is. Them angles though. That trig. Fox already with his ult available at the ready. Another double barrier set up to Ashe trying to see if she can land it. Already going to be decimated with that. Mercy already going for an early rest onto the Hanzo, but he's not going to be there. Can he be able to get a Hanzo? No, not being able to be there for the call out for IIT. I don't know if they responded to that correctly. They should have seen the res scanners come up, but not to worry. We have a Mercy on our side to help things move along. What a great support. Yay, res. But the Hanzo ult going to be coming in through. Is it going to be able to capture any members of IIT? Puts it straight through. Not going to be able to connect. And he's going to finally switch to Mei. IIT now. Bastion going to be put into his ult mode. He wants to look for it. He's hungry for those kills. Not going to be able to get any members from the dev. Going to be able to take out another healer and support down there for Alabama. Going to be able to finish off with just some primary fire. Just going to be the Mei left now. Her wall already down, but she's going to be looking for a freeze up. IIT going to need that healing. 200. Great healings from the Mercy. Going to be keeping him alive. She's going to be blocking herself right into there. Going to be able to wall herself. IIT not looking like they're going to be able to break that, but they still want the pick. Can they get the pick? Nope, she's going to fall down. Good protection there from IIT around this Bastion count. He's going to come out with Ashe. Ashe is going to be looking for it. She's going to be trying to get the pick on too. Nice finish there, but the healing I don't think from the cart is going to be just enough. Fox is going to be looking around for his. He's going to... Oh no. Wait, you can turret when in signal mode? Shocked. More are going to be shredded through that. Support for her isolated. Maywall already going down. That's going to be a decent cooldown. I think IIT will be okay around second point. There we go. Well played from the Hawks. Good spread of ults around coming up. Baptiste with his. Haven't really been talking too much about him, but he's on fire, so he's doing something right. And that's probably just my fault for lack of support love. Oh, Doc, get in there. Hanzo not going to be chosen anymore for IIT. Looking like they're just going to be trying to use the Mei walls as much displacement, just like forcing the Bastion going to try to just left click his way through it, but he's going to be a little bit out of the way. Mortality field going to be coming into, going to be keeping them just barely alive. Mortality field still though doing its work, but a lot of ults there from the Hawks being used. It's going to be pushing IIT all the way around. He's going to be finally be frozen to death with ice cold. That's just painful. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, enough of that. Ooh, hits it in right through, slots it in right through the wall, pushing IIT right through.
I need healing. Peak performance.
You are at peak performance. IIT was still a lot of time on their hands, I think. 3 minutes is safe enough, but they need to get themselves around these first two bends first for sure. Mei at 30% ult, she had used it along with the team. Fox looking for flanking, but are they aware of it? They are. They're going to be looking for it, leaving their Mercy alone. No! Mercy, run! No! And unfortunately, they had to read on that, but do they have to read on this? Do they have to read on this? Kind of? I mean, they should have seen the damage marker go through, but alright. I guess it works. Should be able to get themselves around the first bend, but this second bend is the most important. 2 members of Alabama down, 3 members now. The Sigma just coming back. IIT pushing themselves right up to the front. Just Mortality field themselves around the field, yeah. Getting around the second bend here. Oh no! Gumby's going to fall straight up with that damage. Mortality field actually not going to be enough for them. The Sigma ult going to be finding a couple members, but not going to be landing them any kills. Fox already going to have to force himself out of the picture already. IIT though, now facing themselves, I think, if I'm not mistaken, around the second bend. So maybe like a sneaky deaky flank around the back. I don't really see that too much in just like in regular play in general. So unfortunately, the cart now finally starting to backtrack a little bit around the second corner, but that is a good spot for IIT if they want to regain control of this. IIT members pretty spread. Gumby's taking a decent chunk of damage here. Tank's going to be leading the charge here. Double barriers coming out. The May ult going to be coming out, forcing IIT to retreat though. Going to be taking out the Gumbies first. Going to be taking out the Mortality field, landing through. That's going to be 3 kills there for Alabama. Gumby, Fox trying to do what she can to get herself out of this. Don't leave your Mercy alone! And unfortunately, Copel not able to go through and go back to her faithful Farah. Alright. Another couple of ults used in a decisive battle across, but IIT saving themselves with 5. This is going to be a 5-man burst ult. Only 1 minute left. You don't have too many options to rebuild another charge. This needs to be the fight if IIT commits for it. They're looking for the flank, or looking for an angle. She's seeking herself around. Going to be trying to get a couple picks. Sean there with the nice flashback. Going to be able to fix it out. That's going to be crucial. Bladed Banana going to be walled off from his, but that's going to leave a ult available for the Mercy. Mortality field up for Baptiste, going to be keeping the members up. She is just going to be the ult. Fox is going to be looking for it. He starts it up and going to be able to land 1 member. Orisa going to be clearing it right through, but Orisa's right back at it. Nice revive from Copel onto the Fair, going to keep her just okay. We need that Fox damage to be able to keep them right on top from entering this point. He's holding the ground. He's looking at it, but the freaking Lucio is just going to delay it just a little bit. Wrecking Ball coming in. IIT needs that damage in the front. Fox needs to be focusing his damage not on these guys. He needs to be focusing it along with the Sigma, I think. Maywall block going to be coming in. Not really contesting the point yet. Mortality field coming in. Another stun there. Triple kill coming in there for Gumbies. Bop is pretty good. There we go. IIT able to get that team kill across the board. Well played. GG. I think yeah, the first 2 legs round with Bastion, just no answer from from Alabama. Made pretty ease of access until for the first point under the first corner, under that bridge, and then they tried a Hanzo pick for the angle, but looks like with the Farah, didn't seem like his hit scan was that effective on moving targets like that, so he seemed to switch out for the May last second, I think. And that seemed to just be kind of what had them hold on a little bit down to the wire. Just being able to communicate those cooldowns, especially because IIT's DPS, it's like when you're playing those Doomfists, I feel like it's just not consistent. Like the Doomfist, his job is not to break down that barrier. His job is to go through that barrier and punch you to death. So especially when you're going to be playing with some of those heroes like McCree alongside. It's all about the angles then, if you can't go for the shield. I don't know why I don't see Sombra in competitive play enough. I feel like it's just so good if you're facing against double barrier comps. Like, but, what do I know? 20 seconds left on the timer. IIT looking like they want to be doing that Bastion again. Looking like they are confident with that facing against those double barrier comps. But, Alabama's ready for it as well. Hold on, I can do the icon switch this time. Ta-da! There we go. And we are good to go now.
Attackers incoming.
Alright, hold on a second. Am I getting a casting report? Oh. Okay. Sorry. We're good to go. Alright, Bastion for enemy Alabama gonna be used first, but they're not gonna have the damage to break through it, but oh, I take it back, they are. Nice mortality field through Bastion is going to leave him just healthily enough, and he is going to be ready to shred through that. There you go. He jumps down. I don't know why. Because now we lose upward angle, but he has no tanks to put him up. So put any shields up. Nice mortality field from Alchemy still there to be able to keep him alive for that segment. The Bastion going to be picked out is going to leave that Bastion for Alabama in a delicate position. Hold on. Foxes turning it on. No members from Alabama ready to address that. They just aren't going to be able to oh, hold on a second. Ah! Yeah, they're not going to be able to make any work of that, and he's going to be up there forever. So, it's gonna be all up to a Baptiste, lol, to take down a Pharah, lol. Now we have a Pharah v Pharah. Who's gonna land it first? No, don't leave your Mercy alone. She's gonna zoom out okay. The Bastion with his ult not gonna be able to get any kills, but looks like it's able to push the members off. Oh no! We're gonna have our Pharah fall first, leaving only our Bastion DPS available, but he's that angle though. IIT not going to be able to thread it through. Bastion versus Bastion right through that underside. However, a much more positive response I like to see from IIT being able to hold themselves through this point, but that's not going to be enough to be able to get them through that Bastion damage, is it? Mortality field still a decent ways away for the Baptiste. Are they going to be able to counter it through? They're able to finally take it down. Gumby is making short work of that Bastion, able to absorb all of that projectile damage, I believe. Mortality field coming finally in to be able to hold the tanks together. They want to come back. IIT ready to push back. More coming in. Fox along with her at her side, faithfully. They're looking for it. It's not going to be able to make the connections, though. Copal in a dangerous spot. She is going to be okay, and Fox wins in that 1v1 Pharah segment. Fox with his ult available, he wants to angle Pharah on top of him. She's giving him the buff. Can they take down that Sigma first? He's going to be taken out first. There you go. Pharah v Pharah. The Mercy going for the autos. Bastion able to stip her out of the sky. IIT, 1 minute left to the game. Still at the first point. Alabama needs to rethink their strategy. Are they going to be able to delay her? No. She's going to be out okay. Bastion has his ult, Pharah has her ult, enemy Bastion has his ult, along with Bastion field. We're pretty even in ult economy here, except for the Orisa ult, but I don't think that'll be too impactful. Bastion going to be electing to use his ability for, Baptiste, goddammit. Fox, though, going to be able to land it through only one member before he is tanked to the face. Sean from the enemy team going to be able to still do so much there for them. That Fox going to be getting the res though. He wants to get the angle. He's pushing the members out. Nice bop there onto the Sigma. She's spreading through that damage, and 23 seconds is going to leave enough time. Get that Mercy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. Take it back. I take it back. There we go. So that's 2 ults. That's a lot of ults being used from both sides. Only the 12 on Alabama's Pharah is available at the time. Now trying to find the angles. Can they do it? No, he's going to be sniped off the ground. Immortality field holding it out for him. Another res being taken out. Overtime now taken for the members. Gumby's still pretty healthy. I take it back. He's shredded through the Reaper. And IIT doesn't look like they had to answer the Reaper. Damn. And just when we thought that they had it in the bag, Alabama ready to respond back to their safety, it looks like. Alright, so first, looks like, I guess the Pharah ult did more than we expected, or maybe everyone was just grouped up around that Pharah and let the Reaper do everything that he needed to do. A lot of displacement there is going to be taking out the Wrecking Ball. Alabama now just finally making themselves across the point here, going to be coming around this first bend at the 2-minute mark. Yeah, it's all about the positioning for Fox that he needs to be able to get through that damage across. Reaper still is not hit scan, so, you know, it's all... no one's going to be contesting it except for... no one should be contesting except for Pharah. If she lands one of those, IIT now put in a delicate spot. They need that McCree to be able to get through that hit scan. They're looking for the angle. Fans to hammer randomly. Getting the kill onto the... good shots onto the Bastion. Sigma ult going to be used, going to be able to get another decent kill onto it. Alchemisto just barely on the fringe of death, but he's able to clean out through that. IIT with that death ball comp proving fairly effective here. Finally, just their enemy Sigma left alone is going to be causing another delay. Okay, so enemy Reaper. It looks like he had used an ult, so he might be looking for a strange. There they are. So finally electing 40 hit scan onto 12 now. Sean now going to be onto the Pharaoh duty instead. But a couple well-placed shots from Bladed Banana is all that it needs to take the turn in the match. Barrier IIT placed pretty far up. They need to be able to make sure that they're keeping eyes on her. She's coming in through, landing a full clip, getting one shot onto the Mercy, but Baptiste is going to fall. 12 coming down to the clip. The Raz coming in from the Mercy is going to be important. Can they get the shots through? IIT needs to be able, McCree needs to be able to land it, but in a double barrier sense, if you're going to have a Pharaoh in the sky, that's going to be Deadeye where you need it coming through for sure. Cobalt going to be electing for his first, but McCree going to be trying to get through his in. It's going to be able to hit on the Mercy. 20 seconds left. Going to force a full clear here from IIT. They want to get in there. Nice on the Mercy. Nice headshot there, but the ball, the healing orb is going to be just delaying the members. There you go. 12 seconds. Get the Mercy too. Nice shot there from Bladed Banana. I think IIT might have this in the bag, but I don't want to count my chickens until they're hatched. Any last second heroics. IIT pushing themselves up really far. Hammond Ball trying to see what he can do. Nice ult there, but they're going to take a rock to the face. Rez coming in for IIT. The Wrecking Ball to be the last member. Oh no! Nice shot there from Bladed Banana. Just going to be, I think, a couple members from Alabama to finish. Nice shot there from Bladed Banana again. Well played. He's still looking for the angles. They still want to be getting it through. Getting the Tracer. Nice shot there. It's just a further delay. Well played. Well played from IIT today. GG's coming across the chat. Yeah, it looks like finally IIT got the read on them in the end through the through that hit scan, through the Bastion. Just playing the comp to what they know. Oh, like a Bastion. Oh, you punched that. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like what I was seeing in that last game. First point. I'm just gonna put that Pharaoh ult flub to like and then everyone dying right after like as a misread, I guess. Maybe they just weren't ready for the Reaper. Alabama trying to Reaper comp. I think that's just maybe one of those things about the DPS being too comfortable with what they know, and so didn't want to force a change. I think Alabama realized that last minute or two, forcing the McCree and the Pharaoh to come out through, but when your DPS isn't accustomed to that, you know, what are you going to get out of it? Like, you can't just force your DPS to play things they don't know in a competitive setting. But that's going to do it for us for today's first match. We're going to be having a second one coming up shortly. I believe 8:30, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 8:30. So we got a little bit of a break. I'm going to end the stream now. I don't think I should do 2 streams at once. Okay, I will. I'm not too sure about if I'm going to cut the stream or just keep it all in one stream. I think I'll cut the stream, rearrange my panels a little bit for the next team, and then get that going. But for those that are still tuning in, feel free to come back around 8:30 p.m. CST for the second match of the day as Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks A takes on the Texas State. I believe we've played them in the spring of last season, so that should be a good match. I think last time we won by forfeit default because they didn't have enough players, but enough lollygagging from me. I'm going to end the stream. Appreciate everyone that watched us today. If you are new here, feel free to follow us on all of that social media, plugged all over our Twitch team page. Lots of things going on for the Hawks this year. You know, we'll do our best to report it, do our best to do game coverage of this. And if you have any feedback for us, you know, Minecraft team, Cooking Mama team, Warframe team, we're all ears. We're a really strong community here that really focuses on the player and improving the player experience by, you know, doing things that we can related to academics, trying to look at prior registration, do a ton of social activities throughout the year, viewing parties. We've done whirly ball for retreats, and then we're also focused also on like player development as well. So, doing career talk sessions, talking about just like building your profile, building your resume. A lot of these gamers, this is like their one and only activity. How do we leverage that hobby into something to talk about in the business world? Every industry is looking at it, so you put esports on your resume now. Now it's not something that people are just gonna laugh at. It's more of now just about like, all right, how can I make this work to profit my business, whether in marketing, advertising, CS, all of those good things. But again, that'll do it for us today. So, Elvin Moy, signing off.